If you're looking for professional day trading education and high quality trade dissection and analysis, you've come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to give you exactly that professional quality day trading education all for free. YouTube and small do on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then I'm simultaneously running main room screen share for our main chat as well. And give me one sec. Let me fire up the charts. I hope you all had a great day and rock and roll. So, like I said, took a couple of trades here. And one of the main lessons here for today is when to take the trade and when not to take the trade. So what we were looking for, because of the big gap up, and I want to show you guys this here quickly. So, well, not big gap up, but a gap up. And then we ended up opening up very, very high, extremely high. We didn't pull back. There's no relaxing in that stock or ETF. It's kind of an issue. And what you need to do and what you need to think about is, instead of taking this initial long, which we normally would, but there's nothing to risk off of. Where we opened up, get below the colors, which is buying cues. So SPY opened up just below that level. So one's above support and one's below support. You're getting conflicting information. If they were both above support, then it would be a conversation in order to execute that trade. There's lots of red flags on this trade in order to take it long. So what we did instead is waited for it to fail. It failed sufficiently enough, although it doesn't look like it because it's such a big chart here. But once it washes, pops back up, I enter. That's the first entry, and it's a very small trade. And you'll see by the P&L, what I'm doing in my live trading program called Momentum is I'm not looking for a basic bitch, follow and shadow my trades and try and make money type of thing. That's not what I do. I want to actually train, literally train traders. So that's what I do. I put them in situations that might be a little bit uncomfortable, or if I see a really good lesson, that's what we're going to focus on. So today's lesson was about that, what I'm talking about right now, and then sizing. So this trade, this first trade, was only taken with a couple of contracts, and entered here with 2, added 2, okay, very small, and then paid ourselves right back down into support. And I know, again, it doesn't look like very much, but it's more than enough. Off of a couple of contracts, it's 67 bucks. So again, I know it's not something to write home about, but it is the way it is managed, and it is the way that it is traded. If you look at the entries charts, it is flawless. It's exactly what you want in this situation. You're looking for a feeler trade, because only 2 options can happen at the open level, right at that level. Either it holds and it pushes, or it fails on confirmation. So it ended up holding. Now, there was a potential remount opportunity, and I want to draw this out for you here. So when we failed, pop back up, it dipped right here, held and pushed. So you could take that trade long. The problem with that is there's nothing to risk off of. This little bit of support intraday is not a daily level. We want daily support to base our trades off of. You could take that, right? But what I'm trying to show my traders trading live, my momentum traders, is to be very selective when you're building a small account. If you're not selective, you'll never build that account. You'll build it and whittle it back. You'll build it, blow it up. Build it, whittle it back. Build it, blow it up. It's a perpetual cycle. And I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this that aren't members understand that. Like, that's why you're here, because you're probably in this perpetual cycle and you're looking for new information. So that right there is what I would tell you. If you don't have a definitive daily level that is backed by protection, meaning another support level underneath for protection, I wouldn't take it. What you can do instead is do what we did on the secondary trade. So this secondary trade, what we did here was we were nice and patient, having it come all the way into this level. As it comes into that level, I start in right there. That's the starter, and that is it. As it comes up, now normally we would be looking for an ad. And we were, but we didn't get it. And again, it's hard to tell on the chart, but we wanted a perfect touch of that level. Now, generally speaking, I never wait for perfect, okay? But I'll explain why. Because we had to work off of moving averages that were above. Actually, sorry, let me get rid of that because that moving average was right there. It was right there. The 5 EMA. So as it pushes up, because it's a very short period moving average, that moves up, increasing your risk. You understand? You have to think ahead. You got to get ahead of this. You always have to think about that risk. So in that case, because it is starting to widen your risk as it's coming up, especially with the volatility and the speed in which it did come up, I didn't want to take an ad. I wanted to wait for perfect into that level, actually touching that level. Okay. So I enter, I would add, and then I would save my last ad for risk, which you could tell it actually hit that and rejected later on. But we didn't get that. We didn't have to use all of that risk. So got a very small trade, paid ourselves on the way down, and that was it. Beautiful trade. Well executed, well managed, 57 bucks on that. And again, it's not about the P&L. And I try and tell people this. What I'm trying to do as well in Momentum is show people how to build that account, right? Being very selective with your trades and trading professionally in and out, never looking for big home runs. There's always other opportunities. Our next opportunity on Qs, and I wanted it. I was waiting for it, but we simply ran out of time. It didn't trigger until about 5 after 11. And you can see that this would have been an absolute banger because I would have traded this one with full size, right? So if you had problems following this, and even if you didn't, you think you got it all, what I would recommend for those that are not members of Tricktrades and you're simply here for the free information, which is fine, rewatch this. There's actually a lot going on in here. Okay. It seems very basic because I speak very plainly, but that's so then I can get through to people. Okay. But there's a lot going on with this explanation. There's actually some really good information in this if you're watching for it and if you're paying attention to it. So overall, very fantastic day. Going over these entries again, it's about that management. These are flawlessly executed trades that will only make you a consistent trader. If you're trading like this, you can't fail. You'll always be a trader. And I think that's part of the larger commentary that and conversation that we all should be having. As a trader, when you're starting out, how long do you want to do this for? Like if you're making a career change and you're actually doing this and you're putting your heart into it and your back into it and you're actually trying to do this, I'm sure you don't want to do this just for a year or two. Like you want to make this your career. It's a lucrative career and it's a very freeing career that can lead to other potential opportunities, right? Once you amass wealth, you're able to do a lot of things with your money, right? Build out businesses, purchase land, whatever you want to fucking do. So you have to ask yourself, are you here for a short time or are you here for the long haul? And if you are, I'm telling you guys, right? I have nothing to gain by telling you to go slow and take your time because people don't want to hear that. What you want to hear out of me on these videos is how to make $1 million. Some of my best performing videos have clickbaity titles about take this next trade and make 1,000% or whatever the fuck it is. The best videos, the videos on my channel that can actually make you a consistent trader are the ones with the lowest views, which is fucking crazy because people want clickbait, right? But I'm trying to get through to the ones that don't want clickbait. So if you are one of those people that just want pure information and education that can actually get them there, come to tricktrades.com. If not, that's okay. All good, guys. You can continue to enjoy my free content here on YouTube and on X, but you do have to subscribe. You have to, because I would like to believe that the people that are watching this aren't takers, aren't vultures, aren't just takers. You got to be better than that. Nothing is free in life. There's always a give and a take. Are you the type of person that walks through a door and doesn't hold it open for the next person behind you? I would hope not. I'd hope you're not a fucking animal like that. Same thing. You got to subscribe. This is the second time viewing and like the videos. Adios, folks. See you guys tomorrow.